Good morning. I'm Kelly and I channel my spirit guides. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like my nervous system is regulated. So what that means is like I don't slip into disassociation when I'm triggered, because I'm not triggered. I'm learning how to manage my triggered response. It's a vagus nerve health thing. And I'm downloading right now, so I turned on the camera. Okay, Rosalind, Jocelyn, what did you want to say right now? Okay, Kel, you got several topics you want to cover right now. You want to cover advice for using sacred cannabis to overcome disassociation. And you know that there's squirrels. I don't know, something's making noise in the trees. There are stages to it, okay? It's a medicine for trauma. It's compassionate. It came from Divine Mother. I heard the Andromedans. I'd like confirmation on that. But I want to know about those stages of healing that you go through, and you use marijuana differently when you're dealing with different levels of consciousness, exploration, expansion. But there's other downloads coming in, but let's just go ahead and go into that because that's kind of where my attention's going. So stage one, you're unawakened, okay? This is an awakening. The Ascension is a remembering of all your past lives. You're expanding from one dimension to another dimension, which if you've ever studied math and you think about going from, there's a story by Plato called Flatland. I don't know how I ever read this story. I don't know why, who's ever heard of it? Anybody heard of it? So I'll just tell it, I guess. So imagine Flatland is like a drawing on a piece of paper on a table. And it's flat, it's two-dimensional. The circle is a circle, but the circle, if the circle looks sideways at the square, it can't see that it's a square. It can only see that it's a line. Okay, but we standing above the picture are three-dimensional. We can see that's a circle, that's a square, but they, looking at each other, if they had consciousness, they would only see a line. So from the consciousness that you're at, you can't see everything in your own reality, but you can sort of see a smaller consciousness, everything going on in their reality. Like we can look at rats and go, they're stuck in a maze and they're confused, right? Well, 5D looks at 3D like that, or 3D looks at 2D, right? That's how Flatland ends. Like a sphere comes down on Flatland, and the sphere looks down and sees all the shapes. And as it goes through, and it's, oh gosh, what's the word when it's sliced? Anyway, when the sphere is going, when the sphere is coming through 2D Flatland, the Flatlanders observe the sphere changing shape as it moves through. It gets smaller and it gets bigger and gets, right? Something like that, right? It's just about dimensions looking at different dimensions. That was the whole point. So 5D looks at 3D, and I get it. Look at these guys. They're right here. I'm human. See, they're animals. And they're what? No, I'm a human. Okay, you want to stay, but if you want to alter yourself, you have to share. Okay, I'm not gonna go chase you off. Okay, fine. I was gonna make a point, but anyway, okay, so in the beginning, you're unawakened. You're just in Flatland, and you're like, this is all there is to reality, right? But marijuana at that point in time is like a party favor. It lightens you up. And how does it do that? Oh dear, look at this water. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it here. I don't know what you can see. Might have to. It's getting active again. This is what I always see happening. So 5D is playing a chess game, looking down at 3D, and we're linked to 5D. We have 5D versions of ourselves. And what I was downloading just now on my walk, I was trying to wait 15 minutes before I started the video, and I couldn't even wait, is that you have access to your 5D wisdom. Seek and you will find it. That's why I don't really want to tell people what to do and how to learn how to channel. I just want to tell you all your options to go explore, because it's a creative thing. You've got to figure out your unique energetic pull that no one else can see but you. So I have a 5D version of myself that's asleep, but still with God, still in the realm of oneness, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. And then I have an ego. And my ego, I believe it's real, but it's super flawed. It's like, what the heck? Okay, stop. Are you doing it? Are you? Oh my gosh. Do you see the whirlpools? Oh, you got to see that one right there. Dang it. The whirlpools. Okay. My 3D consciousness is flawed. Okay, I have guilt. I feel bad about stuff. It stops right as I turn the camera around. Okay, you guys just got to come here live. Someone's got to come see this water with me, because, like, I don't know what's going on. So what's this whole process? This whole process is to quiet your 3D mind, which believes it's guilty of stuff. Meditate so that it's quiet. And you're like, I don't believe you're real. Stop for a second. I'm going to go in my imagination. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to feel for the most joy I can possibly feel. Bliss. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to think of people and places and visions and all the things. I'm just going to play in that playground in my mind. And then I learn about what brings me joy. Those pictures and those people bring me joy. I'm like, okay, that's where my joy comes from. And then I go throughout my day, I talk to people, and I start having feelings, and I'm paying attention to my feelings now, because I'm being told to pay attention to my feelings, and I'm noticing that person makes me feel crappy. Wow, I never noticed that before, because I wasn't paying attention to my feelings. Somehow my feelings were like turned off. My ability to care about how I feel was turned off at some point because someone scared me or distracted me. So I got to go back and start telling myself to listen to my feelings. And now I know that person makes me feel good. And I didn't realize that before. I wasn't really giving them credit. I was taking them for granted, but they make me feel good. And those people that I really want to like me kind of make me feel like shit. Now I'm conscious. I got to feel it. I got to know it. I got to look at it. Okay, then you got to have boundaries. That's it. I couldn't make it that simple in episode 1, but that is as simple as it gets. So you got to go through this process of being aware that where you put your focus and your allegiance is what you're voting for. Vote with your dollar, vote with your energy, vote with your attention, vote with your thought, vote with your consciousness. Your consciousness is light. It's where you vote in the 3D. The dragons are confirming this because that water is nuts. And every time I turn the video around, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, they're happy. It's like we're here, but we're not causing like a big wave. We're just we're chilling and making spirals in the water. Okay, so marijuana will work with you where you are. If you're in the beginning and you're like, I'm really depressed, my life sucks, everything's just hard and I'm stressed and my body hurts. Great, marijuana will help you heal that. Then you're like, okay, I'm paying attention to my feelings now, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be depressed. I can kind of go fake it now, but something's off. I just have anxiety. Okay, well, guess what? Marijuana relaxes you physically and mentally, meaning relaxes your beliefs. So You're going to get relaxed. You're going to feel like chilling out on the couch, right? Nobody can deny that. And then your mind is going to loosen up your beliefs. And this is where actually you can have a triggered response to marijuana, because we all have disassociation, and marijuana will loosen the beliefs, all of your beliefs, but it's going to allow things that you've been consciously or unconsciously denying that hurt. You've been using your beliefs to keep that pain away. But if all of your beliefs are loosened and everything's sort of like, you can remember something you were trying to hide from yourself, and that's scary and painful. So that's why it's helpful to understand what's going on so that you don't handle it incorrectly. Always start with microdosing. You don't need to get blasted, ever. You don't need incredible relaxation. You don't need incredible excitement. You don't need it. A little bit goes a long ways. Just look for relief in your day. Look for little miracles on your break. Look for a smile. Have an opportunity to say something nice. You can find joy in little things all day long, right? We know this. Okay, so you've got anxiety. It helps you. Your muscles are relaxing. Somehow it makes us laugh. That's for another channeling. I don't know about the laughter. Why is everything so funny? They're not wanting to talk about that yet. They want to say that it relaxes your muscles and your mind. So the beliefs that you were holding on to are going to loosen up, and you're going to have a more open mind. You're going to see more expansively. You're going to have ideas that are like new and fresh. But it's a different part of your memory, because it's not where your belief systems are strong. It's in a different part of your memory, right? That's why that's why. Okay, it's related to memory, what's going on chemically. It comes from another planet. So the technology of this isn't the same as normal botany. Okay, this is different, right? And anybody who's studied cannabis knows it's like a different species and it is. You can tell it's galactic. But look at it. Just look at it. So, okay, that's where it's helpful to have a supportive environment to go through this. Don't do this. Don't even do it inside. Like, go outside. Being inside, unless you're in a supercharged location, go outside. You're always safer barefoot in nature. In fact, I haven't taken my shoes off. Everything's going to be supported by the light and by earth. Go outside. Be with your parents. Go hang out with your parents outside. Wish my kids would do that. They never want to come out with me. I mean, whatever. Okay, so now, Kelly, now you're like, I understand that it's supportive in my pain, but I don't feel like a lot of pain anymore. I kind of feel like I'm ready to step in a mission. So how can you help me there? Okay, so here we're offering you an opportunity to prove to yourself that you have mastery over your behavior and your habits. So we're going to test you. We're going to give you something really tempting that seems harmless, and it's fun and it's lighthearted, but you actually don't want it. And it's so tempting, it's sticky. I told my friend, ayahuasca told me that marijuana will make you think you need her. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a bitchy thing to say about another woman. I was like, oh, what does that mean? But it's a training. Everything that happens to us is training, and it's training for ourselves to remember our own God inside us. And the training is, am I an addict? That's the question. And the marijuana will compassionately guide you through, why do you feel like you're an addict? Where is that even identification coming from? We're going to look at that, and then you're going to have to resist me. One of the most tempting things in the world, Kelly, you're going to have to resist me, because I just take you to island time, and you want to figure out how to get to island time from your own biology. So, okay, I'm going to, Mother Earth, the goddess, Divine Mother, the Holy Spirit, it's all teaching us. And this entire manifestation, you could say it's the goddess. She's going to teach me how to convince myself I'm not an addict by being so tempting I have to, and arranging my life situation where I have to go through this. There's very specific financial and relationship issues going on for me that this is what I'm looking at. I love marijuana, but I have to understand how to have balance with it so that I don't feel like I need it. I want to feel not just like I can get through my day, I want to feel inspired, but with my own biology. So well, we told you that you need to take care of your body. Okay, so, right, of course, once my body's clean, I'm going to feel amazing. Duh. It's not helpful. How do I go through the hard work? Build a dream. Okay. How do I do the hard things before the dream shows up? How do I conjure my future joy right here? That's how you have to do it. You have to get to a place where you can feel joy in your future. Well, seek and you will find. You got to start with the highest feeling joy that you can summon from your conscious mind. You go back to your memories and you remember the best moments of your life, and you start blessing people and you start rampaging in gratitude. And then you start tying the current gratitude that you can rampage into your future visions. And so this is mind control. You're going to brainwash yourself to associate your highest joy now with the visions you can think of in your future. And every day you're going to build a little bit on that. Every day, what happens, just like the biofeedback of breastfeeding. You know, as the baby takes in the milk, they tell the mother's body how much milk they need. The mother's body replaces exactly the amount of milk they take. So, Kelly, think about this biofeedback mechanism with you and your Holy Spirit. Okay, the Holy Spirit is offering you a plethora, smorgasbord, I don't know how to say that word, of options. That's what this is, this duality world. It's a variety of options. It's spectrums of things. So you have from dark to light and whatever, rainbows, whatever. In your consciousness is your vote. Consciousness. Okay, so what you choose to direct that's the only control you have, where you direct your thought. Okay, so if you learn how to train yourself to organize your life like you're playing cards and you put the 2s on the left, you put the kings and the ace on the right. This is what I do in my mind. I categorize everything according to emotion, just like the emotional scale that Abraham Hicks taught. You know, you've got depression, anxiety, and anger, and then you got bliss and joy and ecstasy. Okay, I just constantly throughout my day, I'm like kind of doing that emotional scale. How does that make me feel? How does that make me feel? How does that make me feel? And then it sort of arranges in my mind, like these things don't feel good, these things feel good. And then my resources are limited and I have to make a decision. Okay, I have to decide, okay, when I think about my options in this decision, which one feels the best? And it's just a process of slowing down, being conscious, checking in with how I feel, noticing maybe what's the story around that, but you know, not for now. I got a lot of stuff that I'll just deal with later. But it just becomes a habit of thought to be conscious of how I feel about things and then realize I have the freedom to choose what feels better. And that's what's been manipulated. We don't think we have a choice and we don't remember how to feel good. So my job, Kelly, is to teach people they can have boundaries in their life by figuring out what makes them feel good first and then making conscious decisions to keep people out of your life, you know, search for the better job, you know, whatever it looks like. Just invite positive energy into your life in whatever way your spirit guides are teaching you to do that. You have your own guidance. I'm just showing you how I do it. So this is long. But I feel like this length is a really good, like, sit with it, you know, really good. Oh, you're like, you know, you feel the whole rise and fall. Okay, so right now I'm going through financial fasting, and meaning I have like $100 to get through the rest of the month, and I've been trying to have as much food as I need. And I think I have like a week left. I can do this. I like $100 for this week. So, but I, you know, whatever. Remember, now my spirit guide said, think of it like a game. So I was in Germany once, and they had a board game, matching socks. And it was a board game. And I was like, are you kidding me? I can't even get my kids to match socks. Here, you think it's fun? Wow. That's probably how other families do it. They kind of make chores fun. Why am I so grumpy all the time? I need to sage my house like a lot. I should probably sage it twice a day because, I don't know, because of me, what I brought into it. Anyway, make it a game. So I have $100. So I totally got Riyadh into this. I was like, Riyadh, I was telling him all the grocery strategies I had and everything. And he's like, yeah, and we can blah, blah, blah. And so we both got it. We were like strategically trying to figure out. I was like $50. Because it was like we felt like we had 2 weeks. We had $100 for 2 weeks. But it's more like 10 days now. So anyway, we were like, okay, $50 this week. And if we get through the week without spending it, we have $50 to blow. It doesn't matter because we just didn't use it yet. So there's like a difference. If I could be disciplined in the beginning to save that money, then I could really enjoy, it's like work hard, play hard. Whereas if I'm just kind of lazy about it, I might have to spend it on convenience, and then I'll have to be worried about the next week. So money, you know, it's all relative. That's one thing I've learned about all this, is like, it's all relative. Make it a game. You can make it work, or you can make it play. It has to do with your nervous system regularity. If your nervous system is all out of whack, if your vagus nerve is tight, and you know that in the very beginning, people who have saved money, they know that if you put $20 in the bank at 10 years old, you're gonna have $1 million by the, you know, depending on the interest rate, whatever. But if you put that $10 in when you're 60, you know what I mean? Like the difference in what is going to happen in that $10. When you go in earlier, you get exponential growth compared to, like, it's pyramid, whatever. So, your thoughts become things. Your vagus nerve is the beginning of your manifestation. You've got to have a healthy vagus nerve because it's where everything starts in the physical. Like, you know, this is what chiropractors are, why they're right, is that they deal with the spine, but they're manipulative with it. They force things. So Kelly prefers energy healing. She prefers Reiki because it's the bioelectricity of your hands joining with the electricity of your body, and it finds synchronization, harmony, and that harmony influences the cells and the energies around it on the very subtle beginning of the manifestation level, which is why you don't have any side effects. And you almost forget you were sick. After you do Reiki and you, like, it goes away, you forget that you were even in pain. So let's deal with the problems earlier. Get your vagus nerve healthy. It'd be helpful, Kelly, if you'd finally quit coffee. I know. I love coffee. Maybe I should stop saying that. I love turmeric and I love dandelion espresso. And you know, cannabis can help us with this. Yes, cannabis is a gift from the Divine Mother. You don't need to be ashamed. Why? You have a good reason for being ashamed of it. Give me a good reason why I should be ashamed of it. Because I'm relaxing. I'm done being mansplained to. Everybody's mansplaining me. Everybody sees me as like dumb because I have a mess. But they're cognitively dissonantly not remembering that I have 5 kids that I keep alive for 20 years, which kind of qualifies me as above your level. I'm on a different level than most people, and they look at me and they just see that I have a mess and they're like, oh, she doesn't have her shit together. But what they don't know is, like, I have a priority system that doesn't worry about that. And everything else has taken up so much of my time and effort, like the foundation laying of my future has taken up so much of my time that I don't have space to figure out all the details of the clothes. the shelving and where it would be better if I did, but I would have to, it's an energy block. I don't know. It's the last thing that will get fixed in my life, I guess. Because all this other stuff is really important. So, okay. I had a lot to cover. I'm pretty sure that wrapped it all up. It feels complete now. Wow. Thank you, dragons. Rosalind, Jocelyn, Sacred Cannabis. Now I get to resist the temptation by raising my frequency and using my mind strategies to find the discipline and motivation. Those wave sounds are back. I gotta find out what's going on. Okay, I feel like they're saying thank you. I feel like that's the dragons saying thank you. All this water stuff. It's the dragons, Lenore. Watch the waters. The dragons are gonna guys, I have no idea. I feel like we're walking into fiction as the ascension happens. Everything's gonna look like a stage. It's gonna look like magic because the fairies are gonna come out. The fairies are gonna be free to come out again. And then all these political figures that we used to think were so important, they're gonna fade. Oof. Oof. It's gonna be silly. That's all gonna look silly, and you're gonna be like, I'm just focused on me. I'm staying in my own lane. I got my red roots to remember every single day to put them in the ground. Sorry, Mary, I forgot. I forgot. Anyway, God help me. I'm gonna do a live with Adrian on Friday, and Friday morning, probably 10 a.m. Pacific, and I'm going to channel Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Queen Alyssa from North Africa in honor of Ramadan. And I'm nervous. I think I'm gonna wear a hijab for it because Metatron told me to wear a hijab. It was the very first thing I ever channeled. Wear hijab. Oh my gosh. Who are you? Metatron. Never heard the name before. And why? And they never explained why. And I think it's for this channeling. So I'm not going to fast beforehand. I think I'm going to ask him for advice in fasting. And that will be a cool video. I mean, that live, we're going to do it live. Okay. Okay. Okay, prayers for that one. Namaste.